Well, hello everybody, Farm Sim Snubby here. So this video we're going to take a look at one of the new animals to FS25, and that is the water buffalo. I'm going to be going through what animal pens you need to put them in, how to buy them, how to feed them, look after them, etc. like that. Done a little bit of testing over here as well, because I sort of had a question in my head myself, and I thought, wonder what happens when you do this. And maybe some of you guys might be thinking that as well, and hopefully that will answer that, and I'll also answer a few other questions as we go along. But you are going to need a cow barn or pasture, because they the water buffalo, that is, they go along the same lines of the cows. There is no specific animal pen for them. They have to go in a cow barn or pasture like so they won't go in anything else. And you can, if you can see over there, mix the water buffalo and the cows together, which kind of raised my question. There you see we have some Holsteins and some water buffalo in there together. So we'll go through that a bit later though. We'll kick off here. Now, depending on what map you've loaded into, you might be playing the base game maps, or there might be mod maps out depending on when you're watching this. You may already find there is at your starting farm or on the map a cow barn pasture like so, and you will be able to put your water buffalo in those. But what I will say is the water buffalo will produce milk. They're like the dairy cows, they will produce milk. So if you've got them in a breeding pen, you're not going to get milk from them. By all means, you can breed them, that's absolutely fine. So you can fatten them up from young and then sell them on for profit. But if you're feeding them, caring for them and paying out all that money, why would you not want the sort of, not free milk, but you know, the extra product from them for the milk to further it on, make a bit more money? But we need an animal pen, so let's go into the build mode. That's where you're going to find those. If we scroll to the animal picture there, it's actually a cow on the left hand side. We go into our animal section where we can get all the animal pens. Cows are at the start anyway, so we've got all these pens here. There's no mods out just yet, the game's only been out a few days, so this is what we've got so far to play with. Now the first three here, this 15 gram one, 85 gram one and 170 gram one, they are all breeding pastures or barns. There is a warning down the bottom in the description. It does say attention, this is a breeding barn. This one says, oh, it does say breeding barn as well. Therefore, milk production is not possible. So like I said earlier, if you want to produce milk, stay away from these first three. The first and cheapest one where we can get milk from is this guy, 254 grand though. So hurry up and get the mods out, please, people. But that is our first one for milk. Now I am going to place down a pasture, because if, like I say, if you want to do that, or if that is all that is available to you on a map, a pasture to get you going, then by all means put your water buffalo in there, and you can move them on later and put them into a barn or a, you know, whatever, where you can get your milk. So I am going to place down a pasture, because that way I will show you how to give them water as well. So they will require water because it is a pasture. All the barns are auto fed with water, so you don't have to worry about them, which is pretty good. So this is going to cost us 15 grand. Now I'm going to click on that. Now regardless of what happens, it's going to cost us 15 grand straight off the bat, because what I'm talking about, if you're not aware, we can customize the fence line, so we can make the pasture bigger. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, because I've got a separate video of that I've done on the dynamic pastures and the grazing side of it, which I'll kind of touch on in a moment, but again, not in loads of detail. You can check that video out if you wish to. I'll put a link to it in the description of this video, and you can also find it on my FS25 guide to playlist, because I have made one. But I'm going to place that down there. Like I say, it's going to cost us 15 grand. Just about see top right, it's taken 15 grand. Now it will say this next: do you want to customize the fence of the cow pasture? If I hit no, it's just going to put down that base, you know, the original fence line there for the base game one. So that would be it. But I'm going to put yes, just to quickly show you. and then you can, like I say, come out. It's going to cost you more though. You can see the money's going up the further we do the fencing, but we can do some really weird silly things with the fence. If you want to go around trees and stuff like that, buildings, whatever, you can do that, and then you need to meet back up with that post. I'll click that. Then it says, do you want to plant a meadow for the cow pasture? If you select no, it's going to leave whatever texture you've got down on the floor there. So I've covered this field in asphalt. It's going to leave that asphalt there. But I am going to hit yes. So we will put a meadow in there just to show you. And as you can see, that weird and wonderful shape that I've just created with the fence line, they put grass in there for us, like so. That's pretty cool. So I'll hop out of there. And now we need to care for them. We need to look after them. We need to give them what they require. So they are going to need water, like I've said, and they're also going to need feed. Now you can put bales in and in the barns as well, or you can tip in loose out here. So if you've got, well, whatever you're using, hay, silage, it's all loose, TMR, you can tip in there like so. Oh, we need to buy the cows first, don't we? The water buffalo, I forgot that bit. Let's do that now. So you've got two ways to buy the animals. So you can come up to this little paw print here, and it says open the animal dialogue up the top. And if I click on that, it brings up a list. So these are all the cows, but if we scroll down the bottom, this is what we want. We've got water buffalo. Now we've got some baby ones, 0 months old, then 6 months old, and 18 months old, like so. Obviously they're going to be cheaper going up to the more adult ones. Now in terms of producing milk, I did do some testing. They need to be 12 months old before they produce milk. So these baby ones, they will need to get to 12 months old, so it's going to take you 12 months. With the 6 months old, that will take you 6 months, because another 6 months on top of that makes them 12 months old. And these guys, the 18 months old, they're obviously over 12 months, so you're going to get milk straight away as soon as you skip on to the next day or month, whatever you're playing on. So that's pretty cool. What I'm going to do is just put in some baby ones at the moment. Now, I don't know if you noticed that original cow pasture that we put down was saying it will only hold 7 cows or water buffalo. Because we've increased that fence line, we can now put 11 in there. So that is the good thing about increasing the pasture, but obviously it is going to cost you more money. Now I'm going to click on them. They cost 200 each. If I was to buy one, it's going to cost me a total of 250, and that is because we're getting charged a £50, euros or dollar transport fee. So that is one thing to note. If you buy them like this way, you've got to pay for them to be delivered basically. So if I was to put in the maximum 11, it's going to charge us 550. So just something to note there. You've kind of got to weigh up, is it worth me buying my own transport or keep buying them like this? It depends on how many you want to buy. Now if I go down to the adult ones, that's 100 per animal. So if I click on that and I was to put 11 in there, it's going to cost us 1100. So just be aware you will get charged a delivery fee that way. So I'm going to put 11 in there. We will buy them. And there they are. They're out there. We'll buy some more. I'm going to place down another pen. I'm going to put one of those sheds down that we've got over the other side. I'm not going to do anything with this one, just so that you can see it. So I'm not going to customize the shed, the pasture, sorry, or even put a meadow in. So 254 grand. I don't want to customize the fence line. Don't want to put a meadow in, just to show you that it leaves that asphalt, which absolutely looks hideous, doesn't it? But there we go. Now the other way to buy them is you need to go to the animal dealer. So you need to find where the animal dealer is on your map. Ours on here is just up there, like so. So animal dealer, visit. I've got a truck just there, ready and waiting to pick them up. So I'm going to enter that vehicle. There you go, truck with a trailer ready to go. Now if you are going to transport them yourself, you need to come into your vehicles menu, come down to animals, and we at the minute, like I say, there's not many mods out. There is a few, but not that many, so this is all that's available at the moment as of recording this. First one's just for horses. Move on to this one. This can be towed by a truck or a, you know, a pickup truck, tractor, etc. It's got a tow hitch on it, and it tells you down at the bottom what animals you can put in there and how many. Now the first symbol there says 6 pieces, that is a cow, but that also applies to the water buffalo, so just always remember that the water buffalo go along the same lines as the cows, so we can put 6 in there. If we go for this bigger guy, which you're going to need a truck or a dolly for to pull along, that will hold 12 cows or water buffalo. So I have one of those. That is where you will get those. That one's quite expensive, but you can lease them if you want to. And like I say, we have one here ready and waiting, so I am gonna start up our electric truck. That's very random, isn't it? I thought I'd try that. And pull into here. Again, we have just here, this is the animal dealer. Hello. Just here we have that same symbol, so I do need to drive up to it. If you look at the help menu up the top left, it will, there we go, kick in, open animal dialogue. So for me, I'm on PlayStation, I click L3, comes up with that same menu we've just seen, and if I scroll down I can select which ones. So I'm going to grab some adult ones. I'm going to click on that. Now you can go up like this, and it will only take the maximum that the trailer will take, so we can only pick up 12 at the moment. But the buying it the other way we did earlier, you can go up to, I think it's 250, so if you've got a pen that will take more than 250, you can buy that amount at the time. If not, if it's lower than that, you can buy the full amount, no problem. So by doing it this way, look at the fee on the right hand side, nothing, because obviously we're picking them up and delivering them ourselves. So I'm going to pick up 12, buy them for 14,100. Thank you very much. They are in there, you can just about see them. I am going to see you down at the animal pen, because I'm going to actually drive this back, and then we'll unload them and we'll go from there. Right, okay, we're back. We have our 12 water buffalo in the back. So we're going to go over to this barn. So again, that little symbol there with the paw print is just there. If I drive into that, again, it comes up in the help window, open animal dialogue. So I do that, and then I can transport. I can put just one if I want, but if I go 12 like that, it will move to husbandry. Hit X. Do you want to move 12 animals, water buffalo, 18 months old, it tells you, to the husbandry. Yes, we do. Okay. So there is now nothing in this truck trailer. There's our water buffalo, 12 off out the back, which is cool. Thank you very much. Awesome. So that's how you sort of buy them. Now, if you want to sell them, you can either load them up again into your trailer and take them up to the animal dealer to sell, or you can come to this menu again, and on the left hand side you've got a kind of in arrow pointing in and an arrow pointing out. So to take out, that's that one, so we click on that and it comes down to that bottom menu. So we can sell, if you wanted to just sell 3 off, you can. But again, because we are doing that, it's going to charge us a fee, because someone's going to come and pick them up. But if you do it yourself, it won't cost you anything. And again, we can get rid of all 12 if you want to, that way, like so. So that's how you can sell them, or you can take them back in the truck and sell them up at the animal dealer, and it won't cost you anything extra. So there we go. Right, we'll start with this pasture. So need to give them water, and I'm going to also chuck a bale in there. I've only got one just to show you that that works. And then we're going to skip on a month just to show you a couple of other things, and then we'll probably almost be ready to finish the video. So there's the trigger, we're dumping the water. Not quite sure how much this pasture will take, but what I have found with the younger animals, especially the babies, they eat hardly anything. but as soon as they get older you need to keep your eye on the feed because it will go down very quick, and if you're not careful you'll skip forward a month and then they run out of feed. They'll eat it overnight, so you do need to be careful with that. I seem to remember that happened in FS22 and they changed it because it was quite ridiculous. You're getting to a point where you had to constantly check them before you went to sleep at night, otherwise they would not make it through the night and you had to top them up. So it was very weird doing that. But anyway, there we go, we've given them some water. If I go into this menu now, pause menu, down to the animal section, so that's the 12 we just bought. There's our baby ones. As you can see, the water bar's full up, 6,000 litres. They've got nothing else at the moment. So we do have a telehandler somewhere with just one hay bale on. That's all I'm going to stick in. Not a lot, I know, but it's just for the purposes of this video to show you. Now, if you've got loose feed, so whether you've got hay, silage, TMR, you can come out here and tip it this end like that, but the bells do need to go up into this little sort of trough here like so. So that's what we're going to be doing with this. So it might be easier to use round bells if you are doing this, but we're going to try and get that in there like that. If I push that out, it should drop in there like that. As you can see, that is filling up, that grass bell's going down, the figures are all moving on the field info bottom right. That bell will then disappear because it should take all of that. Just coming up, bang, there. And they have got, well, weirdly enough, that was a 4,500 litre bell. They've got an extra 3 litres, but hey ho, that's what it is. And as you can see, if I click on that, it gives us a total capacity of 4,503. But if you scroll down that list, it says hay there, and that is what we've put in so far. Now in the brackets we've got the percentage there because that is the effectiveness. So really, if you can, you want to be giving them total mixed ration or TMR, because that is 100% effectiveness. That's going to be the best thing for them. But at the very least you need to give them hay or silage. Now grass or meadow, as far as I can tell, for cows and water buffalo, don't do anything for the milk. If you give them if you give them grass even, or leave the meadow, that will become a bit more apparent when we skip on. I know I'm probably brainwashing you now, but grass or meadow, you don't seem to get any milk from them, so do not give them at all. You need to give them at least hay or silage. Now hay obviously you can get from your grass fields, so not too bad if you ted it, so pretty straightforward, and you can create silage as well, so that should be effective enough. Now over the far side, I'm going to give these guys some TMR, so I'm going to open up this. That, so we can drive through, and if I just tab through, we've got some TMR already mixed up into this fella, so I'm going to drive in, like so. We come up with the trigger, so I will dump that in. It's coming out the wrong side, but that's fine, doesn't matter. It looks silly for the video, but that's fine. Now if you want to get manure from your buffalo, you are going to need to give them straw for their bedding, and you'll need to buy a manure heap extension. So if we come into our build mode again, come up to where the shed icon is, push across to silo extensions, scroll down, there's this guy, a manure heap extension. Now they only snap round, click round like that, which is a bit annoying because it's not very good, but they're going to cost you 25 grand, so you need to place one of those there. We will give them some straw, so what I'm going to do is quickly off camera grab some straw, because I did forget to do that, so bear with me. I'm going to grab some straw. Okay, we've got some straw. I want to do this just to show you guys that you can get manure from them. Now obviously if you've done cows before, you'll know exactly what's going on and you won't find this a problem at all, but there's plenty of new people to the game, so hopefully this will help you guys out. So that is loading the straw in there. As you can see, it is filling up in there. That's kind of like their bedding. Once that is full up, I think we'll probably be good to go to skip forward a month, and then we can kind of talk about the other things that are going on and my little experiment. So if I quickly check that barn that we've just put straw in, as you can see the straw is full up there, so that's good, and they've got 25,000 litres of TMR, which is the best feed that they can get. So I'm happy with that. We'll quickly sleep through the night. We'll go to 10, I think. Hopefully won't take too long. And then I'm going to show you a couple of things and talk about a few things. Because like I say, that grass and meadow, you will not get any milk from them at all. Now I will show you on the pasture. I know that's irrelevant because this pasture doesn't give you any milk, but if we go into the field info down the bottom, as you can see, it has added the meadow in now, 5,121. That would have gone down slightly because it's gone overnight. Oh no, it hasn't, sorry, forgive me. So this is another thing to note as well. The cows and water buffalo, they kind of eat from top to bottom. So what I mean by that is if you've got something in each of those bars, they'll eat the TMR first, then the hay, then the silage, then the grass, then the meadow. So once the TMR's gone, they move on to hay. Once hay's gone, they move on to silage, unless of course you put in TMR or hay and it will go back up like that. So that's why they haven't touched the meadow, because we've got hay in there. So as you can see with the babies, they've eaten hardly anything of that hay, like 500 litres, because we did get that extra 3, didn't we? So that's not bad for a whole month, so pretty good. And they are a month old as well now, so as you can see, a month old. Now if we look at these guys in that barn, so just back there, they're now 19 months old, obviously, because we've skipped on. Their health is already 100% because they've got the TMR, they've got some feed, they got straw. You can see we've produced slurry, and we've got 277 litres of buffalo milk, and their reproduction rate is coming up as well. So because we've only put 12 in there, once they get to that 100% reproductive, they will then start reproducing. And if we don't put any more in, because we've got 12 in, once they're ready to produce and give us some more babies, you will get another 12. So it works like that, so pretty good. And there they are. And if I run out the back quick, you should see in this pit there's some manure like so. And if I move in, field info, got 3,449 litres of manure. You can collect that just there, put up there with a trailer, etc. Now, my question to myself was, if you're mixing cows and buffalo in there, what milk does it give you out? Because there's only one trigger. So that was my question. I was thinking, surely it's not going to give you the option. Surely it's going to be one or the other. We are about to find out. I'm going to move round to this pen. Before I do this, I'm going to show you this pen because this is the end one. So I've got 27 water buffalo, 27 cows. They are the adult ones I bought, so obviously I've skipped on a couple of months now, 20 months old. If you look to the right, productivity is at 100%. I've got buffalo milk, 1,200 litres, just over. Cow's milk, 6,400. So the cow's milk is coming in a lot quicker than the buffalo's. And we've got slurry. I didn't put any straw in or a manure heap thing, so we won't get none of them. Not too worried about that. Again, we've got the meadow appearing down the bottom, but they haven't touched that because they've been chomping away on the TMR, which is nice. So we've got 2 types of milk there. Now for your milk collection, you want to come to this icon just here. That is where you're going to get your milk from. I also did not show you, if you want to collect slurry, there is a slurry point on this side, so whatever barn you're using, there will be a slurry point to collect your slurry from. So I'm going to jump into here. We'll move over to this milk icon. It will say in the top left, start filling in the help window. So for me, that's going to be L3. What is it going to give us milk wise? It gives us an option. How cool is that? I'm happy with that. I was hoping that was going to happen. Otherwise, what's the point in mixing them together? So we can take out either buffalo milk or milk. Happy days. And if I quickly drive round to this other pen or barn down the far end, yes, we have only got buffalo in there, but it is still going to show when we click on that. Buffalo milk and milk, obviously that's empty. So it does give us the option to do that. I'm very happy with that. I think that is it, guys. If I've missed anything, I do apologise. I know I could have gone into a lot more detail on how to produce TMR and things like that, but that's time for another video, I think. But hopefully that has helped you guys, and that is a little guide to how to look after your water buffalo. But I would highly recommend putting them in a barn where you can collect the milk from, because it's basically, oh, I'll tell you what, one thing I haven't mentioned actually, and why I'm talking about buffalo milk, it is definitely worthwhile. Because if you scroll down to the price list, there isn't a dairy on this map. I'm on the Asian map. But if you scroll down, you've got your buffalo milk. You can take it to a dairy and you can produce bottled buffalo milk or buffalo mozzarella. And look at the prices of some of those. Look at the mozzarella, 24 grand. And the bottled milk is worth a lot more. Mind you, the buffalo milk there. There is dairy on here. Why could I not find that? Where's that then? It's not coming up in the productions list. It's down there. Oh, it's just a sell point, is it? Ah, it's not a production. I was looking in this menu and it's not listed as a production. Okay, it's just a sell point. Right, that's my bad, guys. Sorry. I went off on one there, but there we go. I'm thinking I'm going to wrap it up there before I start getting all confused myself now. I hope I haven't confused you and brainwashed you, and that has helped in some way. If you have enjoyed the video, guys, please hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. That would be awesome. Don't forget to smash that bell so you don't miss any future videos I post. I've been FarmSim Snowy. Stay frosty.